Hi, thanks for tuning in to this episode. My name is Janisha Alora, your host for today. I want to share with you my really bad experience with Apple. Having bought a max out iMac 2020 27-inch, and I bought my first set in August, and today it's already October 20th, and I've just received my fourth replacement of my iMac. And guys, I'm going to tell you this, the iMac is not working. The port has connective issues. I'm using my landline. My cable is a category 6 and above. I also use a category 7 cable. I have 4 cables at home. We tried different routers, different connectors. And guys, I'm telling you this, the iMac 27 inch, after the fourth one, on my fourth one, guys, this is really crazy. So I'm going to tell you what happened. This whole experience, why I'm bringing this up for all iMac users and my followers and my fans, simply because it's caused me strictly a lot of stress and anxiety. Guys, can you imagine when I transfer an iMac? It takes me 2 days because I have a lot of data, right? So it takes me 2 days to 3 days to set up, to test, to do the transfer, and then I will have no iMac. I will have to use back my 2013 iMac and even my MacBook Air 2013 to live on it while sacrificing some of the current updated softwares that I'm supposed to use. I also go through the stress of checking and rechecking to make sure there's no data loss after each transfer. And every time I will be trying to stay calm, really attempting to stay calm to make sure that nothing and praying that nothing would be lost. I think this has caused a lot of disruption to my work. From August to October 20th, guys, I've ordered my first iMac on August 5th when they first transited from the previous model of iMac to where is it now. I think this constant disruption is really crazy. But to be fair, I will share with you what exactly has happened. First and foremost, my specifications that I bought for my system. Okay, let me read out to you. I bought a iMac 27-inch 2020 with processor 3.6 GHz, 10 core Intel Core i9, memory 64 gig, 2667 and DDR4. Okay, we'll also use a graphic card, Radeon Pro 5700 XT 16 gigabytes. So this is the specs that is maxed out, and my hard disk is at 4 terabyte. So this is about 8,000 plus iMac, and I have been an iMac user, my 2009 iMac user. I'm also a 2013 iMac user, and throughout this entire duration, I have offered support. I call in support, spent not minutes, guys. I spent hours doing these support calls with the people, having a lot of patience with my side, as well as Apple that were also very patient helping me. I totally appreciate Apple support. This, I must say that Apple support is really awesome. It's just that after hours and after hours, and from 8th of August to the October 20th, it was still not working right. And that to me, guys, I think the joke of the town and the joke with my friends is that, I can really become a specialized technician for iMac, especially for these specifications, having replaced my fourth iMac in just 3 months. Now, to you, it's just a replacement, but to me, it's time loss, right? And so what really happened? So in August, first order I ordered, there was loud fan issues. I discovered loud fan issues, and the Ethernet port was working on and off, and then only after 14 days it malfunctioned. I brought it down to Airport main store because I can't trust their third party anyway. But anyway, so I brought it back to the Apple main store at Changi Airport. Imagine carrying a 27-inch iMac by myself to Changi Airport. And then they helped me, and thank God, eventually, after some testing, they decided to refund me. But I want to highlight two things that happened during the check. On site, for those of you who are iMac users, they tell me after using their software to check, they said that there were no issues with my iMac, zero issues. Now, I want to tell you is that before you bring your iMac down to an Apple store, you must do your support before that. Because only when you do your support before that, I could tell the guy at the technician at the airport Apple store that even in recovery mode, I was specifically able to use this sentence and show them the case that even in recovery mode, that Ethernet port was not be able to be found. All right. So that I was refunded and then I was able to buy a new one. Number two, I bought a new iMac. This time around, I decided to go for 4 TB because my previous model was a 2 TB. So that was the only difference in the specifications. I wanted more space. And it came in September. So that was about 2 weeks loss of time without an iMac because there was some software that I was using like Camtasia 2020. I needed to use it as some editing software as well. I needed my computer to be the latest in order for the software to be functioning. If not, I need to use back my old software, which was fine. But just at the time lost again. And then it went on to the fans really loud. Same thing. The Ethernet port was working okay. So it was really terrible. And I went through another few hours of Apple support in total, going through different people in order to find my solution. The reason is because sometimes with one person, they test and don't really help you as well. So you just want someone else, which is another technical support, going through the online technical support to get my things done. So in the end, I actually managed to sort out the issue. They were really nice, which was a relief to me that they wanted to replace the iMac. So then the question was, how am I going to wait for the iMac, right? I'm not going to be bringing it down to the Apple store or whatever and returning it without the new one arriving because it's already causing disruption to my work. And therefore, they were so nice. Apple was nice. I accept that. They said that why not we do an advanced replacement. That means I get to keep the current one until the next one arrives and then we replace that one. So fair enough. To me, that was the saving grace before I really blow the whistle on Apple on social. So I said, okay, fine. That's fine. To me, this is cool. And then later on, when it arrived, this one that I'm using right now, which was the replacement, just days after using it, the Ethernet port was not working. And I thought was my problem. The anxiety, the stress, guys, was way above the roof because I had to check, test the cables again, test the router, start, restart. Oh my God. And I had to call in to Apple again. I called into Apple again, call in Apple support to ask for help. But before that, I had done my own troubleshooting and I spent hours on this alone. And I have to ask my friends to help me to troubleshoot in case I'm stupid, I don't want to be, I just want to make sure that it's not my problem. But you know what? That stress is really crazy, guys. This is really crazy. And then eventually, Apple actually said, okay, why not we replace another one for you? But that's beside the point. I want to highlight two things about Apple support. One thing is they don't have really a main system where they are able to view all the case files. And they keep asking the same question again and again. I mean, when you enter a new place, a new person for help, they should. I mean, we naturally assume that as consumer, we want Apple to know us because we are the people who bought the thing, right? So I had to repeat myself. And because I was a little bit more savvy, I was able to collate some of the case files number and say, why not I offer you these 3-4 case files, that the numbers that has given to me. And let me just give it to you first, even before we start the support. And that was how I hope that I did save some time, but still spent hours on the phone with the Apple support guys. And now I'm on so this is the third one already. The Ethernet port is not working. And I just received the fourth one. And I jumped because I was happy and at the same time sad, because I discovered that the Ethernet port was not working as well. Again, I am shocked. Apple, I think the specifications that this is being done is not, something must be wrong somewhere. And of which, for myself, for one customer to be replaced so many times, even for me, it's not funny at all. It's really not funny. I am tired. I'm an Apple user. I'm so tired testing and retesting and wasting so much of my time when I could be spending my time on my business and doing other things instead of worrying and, communicating and escalating to support and then to headquarters and then repeating the same problem, asking me, is it because I use a new software? Is it because I use this? No, I'm an Apple user since 2009. Right now, the main issue of the Ethernet port with the latest, the fourth iMac that's been replaced, is fluctuating. Days is just the second day, right? So it's working, not working, and then working, and then not working. It's fluctuating. I am using a Category 6 and Category 7 cable. I have 3 iMacs at home, 2 2013, 1 2009. I have 2 MacBook Airs. Everything is working except just the iMac 27-inch 2020. So overall, my experience with Apple, I think they have been really very helpful. But what, in your opinion, would be a fair compensation of my time as a consumer again and again, even though Apple has replaced and done their part, but the inconvenience, the stress, the anxiety, the disruption to my work, the time spent transferring files as though I'm a technician, testing and retesting, and then taking advice from some of the Apple tech support to create another user to test the computer to make sure that it's not their problem, it's my problem. It just creates this entire tsunami of emotions that, what is Apple doing? This is a brand new launch. What is happening to Apple? Is it because something is wrong with their production? Or do they not care about their quality anymore? And I tell you one more joke. I mean, I think this licensing part is quite fair, but I just have to say this. If you replace a new iMac, the Apple Care that you buy with it, okay, this is a tip, guys. The Apple Care that you buy with the Apple iMac doesn't really go to the next one. I mean, unless you want to keep the date, like the old date. So for you to have a new date based on their licensing agreement, which is another team. So in all, I have to talk in so many teams, which is nothing wrong, but still, I think that's crazy, right? So the teams, I talk to the team, so they get me to refund. I had to refund the Apple Care and then purchase it again. So can you imagine how many times I have to refund and then purchase, refund, purchase, just for the replacement iMacs as well. So the inconvenience of dealing with multiple teams, the inconvenience of, going through, again and again, 4 iMacs, guys. Comments area below. Tell me what you think about my experience. Share with me your thoughts. Why is it, do you think that now, maybe I could be just one of the 1 million cases. But guys, the time loss It was from August to October. Dealing with it logically, fair. I think I dealt with it a fair share of the logical part. But emotionally, this is crap. Really crap. Okay, guys, so let me know what you think about today's episode. I really appreciate that. And yes, I'm still waiting for Apple's they said that they're going to have a resolution to this entire episode for me. I don't know what is it going to be like. I mean, really, I love Apple so much, but this entire 3 months is just crazy for me. Till then, more power to you.